But I think there are some nice things that you could let go of, declutter, that could kind of take you to a place of peace. I think that's one of the biggest benefits that I have found in my minimalism journey is just, hello, if you click this video, yeah, I know I said click this if you are thinking of starting a minimalism journey. So yeah, welcome. So if you're wondering who I am, my name is Mignon Cobra. I've been a minimalist for 10 years and I've documented most of that on my channel for the past 7 years. If you are like looking for a different way of being, if you are starting a minimalism journey and you kind of want, in my opinion, my best tips, I want to share that with you. So I wrote them down. I got 7 of them and I hope that this could help you, because I'll be honest, minimalism is a tough journey, especially in a consumeristic lifestyle. We're definitely fed, and me included, this idea that like more is more, and like there's nothing wrong with that. Like I do live in that dichotomy. I do believe in the idea of thinking big, like even still as a minimalist, 10 years plus. But I think there are some nice things that you could let go of, declutter, that could kind of take you to a place of peace. I think that's one of the biggest benefits that I have found in my minimalism journey is just like the peace, and I think that's what you're looking for. So the first thing that I want to say is, yeah, let's start small. Declutter the items that you have sitting at the back of your closet. I think mistakes I've seen, and these are mistakes I've done too, you start decluttering like useful stuff. I think you could start small. You can kind of let go of the things that you weren't using or the things that you already had in your closet, like the storage closet where it's like I was gonna let them go but I haven't gotten around to it. I think that's where you should start. You should let go of the things that you didn't really need or are the items that you feel are like holding you back. You'll find later on, deeper in minimalism, it was never the items that were holding you back, it was you. But we're not there yet. You're just starting off. So I think a good little declutter will kind of kickstart your journey. It's time for you to like let go of the items that were like, the busted stuff, the stuff you were gonna hem, but like let's be for real, you're not gonna hem it. I think that will kickstart your journey and kind of like set you in the path for feeling a little bit more lighter and a little bit more free. Because like if you're new to minimalism, that's actually kind of, you will feel it strongly in the beginning. And I really did feel it strongly in the beginning. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is nice. Like, wow, less clutter. Like this is great. And like, I would love that for you. So I think that's a good place to start. Hey there, my handsome and pretty little Cobras. So time for a quick little commercial break. So I want to say thank you to OG Bags for kindly partnering with me for today's video. They have sent me another bag and I am super excited to work with them because this is my second time working with them. So they have sent me a replica bag for review. So yeah, let's get to the unboxing. So here she is, just fresh in the mail. So let's open her up. This is what it looks like. Last time I took off the plastic bag that it comes with, but it does come in a plastic bag before it comes in, like you unbox the bag. So here are all the things on the inside. It comes with the ribbon. It comes with the little flower. It also comes with little receipts. And it also comes with a little paper bag that you can put on display or put your bag in or carry it. So yeah, let's get to the unboxing. So super excited. So this came from China. So there it is. It says white color 白色. And yeah, let's unbox it. I'm super excited to show you guys what it is. Yeah, I'm on the Kelly kick. So yeah, this one is the white Chanel Kelly. And let's just unbox that. Okay, all right. You guys know I love a white Chanel moment, and this bag is totally my vibe. This bag is actually just the right amount of small. I've been rocking the baby blue one, and I loved it. I wore it all the time in Miami, and it's just the right size because like it can carry my wallet and my phone, and that's kind of everything I need when I go out. I'm gonna take that out. Oh my gosh, that's stunning. I am so excited. I love these. I love white Chanel bags. They are just chef's kiss perfection. As a minimalist, I love an all white bag. Oh my gosh, like this is so stunning. Am I scared this is gonna get dirty? They do get dirty, but I mean, like, come on, it's white. It's so stunning. So let's just open that up. Open up the closure so you guys can see what's on the inside. So let's take out the stuffing, take out the chain. The chain on these are quite long, so the good hack to do is to just fold over the chain and you'll have the right length, especially if you're not tall. If you're tall, then maybe that's not an issue for you, but your girl's not tall. I'm like 5'3", so this thing all these things. That's so cool. I think that's so freaking cool. So it has the code and whatnot that you would normally get with the actual bag. And then if you want to know on the inside, so on the inside it says Chanel with the registered R. Let's open up the zipper. On the inside it's white with that little authentication code thing. So there's a little front pocket, there's the back pocket, and you can put a phone inside. So let's take a phone. So this is my Xiaomi phone. It's an Android. We're just gonna put that in there so you guys can see that you have space to fit in these larger phones. And there you go. And it goes right in. So it does fit a phone. It's an Android phone. I don't think it will fit the Pro Max. I don't think it fits the Pro Max, but if you have the Pro, it will definitely fit the Pro. Let's take off the piping because I love unboxing videos when they take off the piping. Although like on the white bag, you can barely tell that there's piping because the piping is the same. And then also on the strap. And then the stickers, we love taking these off. And then on this one as well too. These ones are a little hard to take off. So they'll eventually wear off and come off on their own. So I'm gonna style this so you guys can see a mod shot. So I will put all the information down below, discount code, their WhatsApp, website address if you are thinking of picking up a bag. If you are not, no worries, that's okay. I totally respect that. I understand that replicas is not everybody's cup of tea, but I do want to say thank you to my little Cobra babies for supporting my channel because none of this would be possible without your continued support. So thank you so much to OG Bags. I absolutely love the bag. Thank you so much. And let's continue on with today's regularly scheduled program. The second thing is, and this one is a bit controversial, and I have had subscribers throughout the years like comment on this, you know, this whole like declutter your fantasy self. And if that's part of your journey, do it. But actually the thing I want to say is like I think you should journal your ideal life. Honestly, life is really short and youth is even shorter. I don't know how old you are watching this, but I think it'd be really good for you to finally embrace your ideal self. I think it would be good for you to indulge your fantasy self. I've had seasons, you know, doing this for 10 years. I've had seasons, years actually, where I did declutter my fantasy self. I was like, no this, no that, like no makeup, no nails, no whatever. Like, I don't know, maybe you're male, maybe you're female watching this. But it kind of sucked, if I'm being completely honest. And then I had seasons or years where I did, you know, go hard in my fantasy self, and I was definitely a lot happier. So although this may be very controversial, and obviously this is your minimalism journey, you might find peace in decluttering your fantasy self, especially if your fantasy self has been torturing you. But I think that part of the minimalism journey, in my opinion, is actually chasing the fantasy self. I think it's definitely a lot more fulfilling than telling yourself, no, you can't be that. Yeah, I think the advice I could give would be journal your fantasy self, journal your ideal self, and pursue it shamelessly because like life's like really short. That's just what I think. But yeah, play around with it. Declutter it, don't declutter it. Yeah, figure out what works for you. The third thing that I want to say is enjoy, or like learn to enjoy the slow life. I think that can be hard. I think that can be challenging, especially because I think our society isn't really set up to enjoy the slow life. Honestly, I think it can be as simple as just like if you have a backyard or even like a balcony or even the park, honestly, anywhere you just sit and you take a moment, you just relax. Honestly, it's really like a learned skill. Even me, like 10 years into minimalism, I honestly still struggle with this. I find going to the park really boring. So it's really hard for me to give this tip. My slow living is actually like the morning coffee. Like I'm still in my pajamas and I decide to film this. I usually won't film a video unless I'm like done, makeup done, you know, showered and did my morning run. I usually don't film these like slow videos because I personally struggle with that. But when I do take a moment, I struggle with the guilt of it. And so I think that you might be able to relate to that. But like I struggle with the guilt of taking like the slow moment. But enjoy the slow life. I think it's a privilege. I think it's like a skill to be happy in the slow life because I don't think our society allows us. It doesn't allow us that luxury. You're always like on the go, 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 go. It's kind of like it's a slow Sunday morning. If you could have more slow Sunday mornings, I don't you think life would be I'll be honest, I had my slow Sunday mornings during holidays because I've been a student for a really long time. So in my minimalism journey, my slow Sunday mornings were when it was holiday. I didn't have to wake up. I didn't have to go to work. I didn't have to go to school. Those were nice. Those were really nice. I mean, obviously I can't do it for long. I am definitely very like career driven, but that doesn't mean to say that like I didn't enjoy my slow mornings. So if you are looking for a way to kickstart your like minimalism journey, try to figure out or schedule in, pen in into your busy schedule the slow mornings. Honestly, it's just gonna, I want to say like cringy stuff, like it's just gonna be so life changing. Yeah, but like honestly, like on a real level, it's just really nice. It's like really nice having the Sunday morning, the slow Sunday morning. Okay, coming in at number 4, I think detoxing your social media, and especially if you are younger than me, like I'm in my mid 30s, I'm 33, so I grew up a decent amount of time with like the internet and social media. I'm like a young millennial. No, but like for real, if you're like Gen Z, I don't know how you guys did it. You guys completely grew up with the internet. The social media can be very taxing. I think parts of it, if not used correctly, because it is still just a tool at the end of the day. Like I make a lot of content still as like a minimalist and a content creator. I live in that weird void of like doing both. But yeah, I think it's good to take a detox every now and then, you know, with the whole like comparing yourself to others. Like maybe you don't, and if you don't, good for you, because it's not a fun place to be. But for me, something I've learned in my minimalism journey is to take detoxes with social media, especially when I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling bitter, I'm feeling jealous, I'm feeling unmotivated, feeling like sad with my own progress. I don't know, maybe you do or do not struggle with any of that, but yeah, if you're on a minimalism journey, I think a good thing to incorporate would be like to take social media detoxes, take like a week off, I don't know, a month. My brother's girlfriend, she took 4 years off. I could never, I'm a content creator, but yeah, maybe take the weekend off. You don't always need to be scrolling on your phone. We don't need to always, you know, the whole like FOMO thing. There's a recent one that Gen Z has been pushing out. It's called JOMO, which is like the joy of missing out. Discover that. That's a real thing and it's a great feeling. I've been trying to practice the JOMO. I kind of like the JOMO and I'm glad that that's part of the minimalism journey. I actually sometimes think at the back of my mind, I'm like, so glad I didn't go. Yeah, or it's just maybe I'm getting on in age. I don't know if like young Nat at the beginning of her journey could have enjoyed or understood JOMO, but yeah. Okay, the 5th thing I could recommend is reading Fumio Sasaki, Goodbye Things, if you're on a minimalism journey. I think he's like that nice, hardcore, sweet spot, extreme minimalist if you're looking for that hard kick. I was really into his books for many years. I was an extreme minimalist for 2 years. You can learn a lot in that lifestyle. I know that in the minimalism journey, not everyone is a fan of his life or his lifestyle. There's lighter books. There's Marie Kondo, also Japanese. You can check out her stuff. But I do like some of the like more hardcore. I feel like he, in my opinion, embodies the true essence and is like borderline essentialism, like of minimalism. You know, like don't have storage items because like that's how you accumulate clutter. And like they're real practical advice. Yeah, it's true. Like if you have like a box, you are going to fill it with junk. He also looks at the more philosophical aspect of like being a minimalist. Like talked about losing his girlfriend to a richer dude who had nicer stuff. Yeah, I think a lot of us do use our material possessions for like wealth signaling. He also talks about how like going on holiday is nice because you can't compare your holiday with somebody else. It's just memories inside of your head, which is why he advocates for, you know, collecting memories over like collecting material possessions. And I think that's definitely a lot more philosophical. So if you're looking for that, I think that book would be a great place to start. Definitely on a little bit more hardcore side. So if you didn't love Fumio Sasaki, that's okay. Maybe you could check out Marie Kondo. Marie Kondo is definitely a lot more palatable. It sparks joy, which is also very beautiful, and I would recommend that as well. 6th thing is enjoy less. Yeah, it's a skill. It is definitely a skill, especially if you are balls deep in the Western lifestyle. We are always taught that more is more. I think a good way to illustrate the beauty of less, if you've ever looked at like Japanese art, you can see how elegant and refined it is, like traditional Japanese art, like Zen, minimalism, like that type of vibe, and you can see how refined and tasteful that is. You're like, wow, like that's beautiful. If you can appreciate that, I think you might understand that there is joy in less, even in your own life, and you may not really experience that till like you are a little bit down the road in your minimalism journey. You'll realize that, oh, it's really nice not having like clutter in my kitchen, in my bathroom, being able to find things. Just the sight of clutter is kind of annoying, and like I didn't really understand that till I became a little bit more maximalist and accumulated more stuff, and I was like, oh geez, not sure about this one. Or like, you know, when you go on holiday and you only have that amount of stuff and you're like, this is nice. Maybe you may not think that. Some people are like, I wish I brought more. something that I've really enjoyed in my minimalism journey is the joy of less, and that was a skill that I had to develop over the years. And I know that it's a skill because like now that I'm older and I can afford more and I do have more and I have afforded more, I find myself reminiscing and missing the good old days of like, not extreme minimalism, I don't think I could return to that, but like less stuff. I was like, oh yeah, they were right. And the last thing I want to talk about, number 7, is taking care of you. I think that in the minimalism journey, there's definitely a lot of emphasis, and rightly so, on like decluttering your stuff. And I think that's great. And you might spend a couple years doing that. If you're like further down the road and you've like finished decluttering all your stuff, you might reach a point, or you don't even need to hit the end of your decluttering to realize this, but like taking care of you is really important, and taking care of you is the only home that you have. I've moved a lot, and so that's why I realized like the only constant in my life was me. No matter where I went, the only thing that I had was me. Like, can't bring the house with me. Some material possessions have to be left behind. And once I stopped spending as much time and money in accumulating like stuff, like reviewing like items, you know, like going to the mall looking for something else to buy, some new trendy item to like squirrel back home, I started investing a lot more energy into me. It was in my minimalism journey. I reached my goal weight. Didn't like it there. Gained the weight again because I realized I actually like a curvy me. But the point is, in my minimalism journey, and I hope that in your minimalism journey too, you might find the space to like take care of you. Whether that means like having the money to afford better food, maybe hit the gym, join a gym. You don't need to like join a gym to be healthy. Like, you can just exercise at home. I don't think I've paid for a gym. I think I've only paid for a gym once for 1 year, and that was like in undergrad or first year before I like, screw this, and I bought a treadmill. But yeah, like in your minimalism journey, I hope that you can find the space and the time and the energy and the money to take care of you. I think you are the biggest investment, the best investment, the most important investment out of all of this. Like, these material possessions at the end of the day, it's just stuff. I would love for you to use the energy on you, like maybe lose the weight, maybe gain the weight, start lifting some muscles, maybe just going for a walk. Like, I think health is really important. And like, if you're young watching this, you may not really agree with me. You're like, yeah, like, who cares? Like, I'd rather have like a new computer monitor or a new iPhone, which are all great. Like, don't get me wrong, I like those things too. But I think you kind of realize like health it's nice. It's nice not dealing with health problems. It's nice feeling good in your body. It's nice taking care of you. So I hope that at the end of your minimalism journey, or somewhere along in your minimalism journey, a light bulb will go off and you'll realize, oh, I don't have to waste all my time decluttering or moving my material possessions around. I can actually like take care of me. So I think that's the best part. So happy minimalism up. Enjoy your journey. If you want more content, I got like 700 videos. You can go click them. You can watch old me, like 10-year ago me rant about minimalism, or you can watch the more recent reasonable side of my take on minimalism. So yeah, best of luck, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.